This video is going through how you expand an algebraic expression when it has a bracket in it. And before we go through exactly how to do that, I'm going to explain to you what it actually means when it has a bracket within an expression so that you can visually see before you understand how to do it. Take the example 3 bracket x plus 2. We're going to look at what this actually means visually and then how we can solve it quickly with the quick how-to steps. If we have a bracket like this here and there is nothing in between the number or the variable before the bracket, it actually means that inside here is a multiplication sign. Remembering our catchphrase that mathematicians are lazy, that little gap there is a times. I'm going to visually represent the variable and the constant as a picture. So the x is a cup and the 2 are dots over here. So if we remember, x represents a cup, which could be filled however high, and the constant of 2 are these dots over this side. So we are remembering that our first expression was 3x plus 2, or 3 times x plus 2. 3 lots of x plus 2. So that would look like this, 3 lots, 1, 2, 3. So we'd have a cup and 2 dots, a cup and 2 dots, a cup and 2 dots. So right now we've broken down 3x plus 2 into x plus 2 one time, x plus 2 two times, x plus 2 3 times. If we were to rearrange that, so we put the 3 cups together and the 3 lots of 2 dots together, we end up with 1, 2, 3, 3x plus 2, 4, 6, or you could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 6. So the expression 3x plus 2 is the same as writing 3x plus 6, and we call that process expanding brackets. When we expand, we're ultimately removing the brackets, and there's a little trick so that you don't have to do a visual with cups and dots every single time, particularly when our expressions are becoming larger. So our formulas are over on this side. One is for addition and one is for subtraction. Both have the same process, it's just that here one's an addition and one's a subtraction. We have a look at the expression a, b plus c. A being the part that's on the outside of the bracket, and with our last example that was a 3. B is the first part inside the bracket, in our last example that was an x, plus whatever the last part is, and in our last example that was a 2. So they represent each other. 3, a, x, b, c is 2. These are variables, but in this step we're only putting the letters there so that we can substitute them with the equation that we have. We now know that when we write that, it equals AB plus AC based on our formula over this side. So I have a look. A is 3, B is x plus A, which is 3, and C, which is 2. Now, because they're both numbers, we don't write AC equals 32. It means 3 times 2, because remember, mathematicians are lazy, so the AB actually means A times B, and the AC means A times C. So in this case, we've got 3 times 2, so 3x plus 3 times 2, which is 6. We've got the same answer that we had when we did the visual over here, but we didn't have to draw pictures or count it out. We're going to do some practice of those now so that we can ensure that we really understand the how-to steps. It seems a little bit daunting, but I know that you can do this. So the very first thing that I like to do is I will have a look over here at the formula and align it with my example. So I'm going to have a look. I've got a subtraction in here. So I'm going to be looking at this formula over this side, and I'm going to put an asterisk next to it so that I remember. The second thing that I'm going to do now is actually label my expression. So I'm going to put these letters on top. So the 4 is an A, the X is a B, and the -2 is a C. Remembering that how we're going to simplify that really quickly is AB minus AC. So I'm going to start with AB, which means 4 times X, take A, which is 4, times 2, which is C. So 4 times X, we can simplify that down to 4X because mathematicians are lazy, they get rid of the times. The minus stays the same, that drops straight down. And 4 times 2 is 8. So the answer is 4X minus 8. For some people, it might be challenging to label and then substitute. So I'm going to show you another way that you can do this. I'm just going to clear the screen. Again, look at our expression. I'm going to put a mark next to that one so I remember that's what I'm doing. AB minus AC. You can also use arrows so that you make sure that you account for all of the parts that are inside of the bracket, all of the terms. So 4 times X minus 4 times 2. So we get the same answer, 4X minus 4 times 2, which is 8. However, this way you've got a little bit more of a visual, so you can make sure that you are taking into account this term and this term. Let's do the next one. I'm going to do it in both styles. So I'm going to do it with the simplified formula, and then I'm going to do it using the arrows as well. The first thing I'm going to do is have a look at my expression. I'm noticing that it's got an addition, so I'm going to be doing this formula over here. I will write over here just quickly AB plus AC as a reminder. So I'm doing it the way with the formula at this point. Next thing I'm going to do is label my expression. So the part on the outside of the bracket is A, first part inside is B, and then the last part is C. You will notice that these variables don't line up except for this one. It doesn't change anything. All that these bits at the top here are doing are labeling my terms. You might choose to use stars or dots or squares. When we look at maths, they like to use letters to make it a little bit more challenging for some of us, but all these are labels. So looking at my formula, AB, so it's going to be 2A times A plus AC. A is 2A times 5B. Now you've done each of these steps, but just on their own. Now what you're doing is combining them into an expression together. The first thing, 2A times A. Now if we've got an A times an A, we actually have A squared. So the 2 remains the same because there's no other coefficient in front of the other A. And so it becomes 2A squared plus. Over here, we've done multiplying of terms. So we've got 2 times 5, which is 10, and we've got A times B. So we've got 10A times B, which we can simplify down to 10AB because we get rid of the multiplication because mathematicians are lazy. So that's the way that we do it using our formula or the formula over this side. If we want to use the arrows so that we can make sure that we capture all of the terms inside the brackets, we can do that too, and we'll do that now. So I'm going to start with 2A times A plus, drop straight down, 2A times 5B. So right now, this step is the same as it was when we used the formula. The only difference is that I have used arrows to make sure that I've accommodated both the terms that are inside the brackets. So in this case, 2A times A, remembering A times A is A squared, plus 2A, whoops, got ahead of myself, 2 times 5, which is 10, and A times B, 10A times B, which we can simplify down to AB, getting rid of the multiplication sign. So either way works. It depends on what you prefer. If it depends if you like the visual, or it depends if you like to skip that step and go straight to calculating using the formula. This is our last example, and this one has 2 brackets. You'll notice that the first part of the expression has addition, and the second part of the expression has a subtraction. I'm going to use only the formulas to do this, not the arrows, but you could still use the same process with the arrows that I showed you in the last 2 examples. First thing I'm going to do is label the expressions or the brackets. That's going to be the A, that's going to be the B, that's going to be the C. We'll do the same for the second, A, B, C. Remembering our formula, this one's an addition, so we'll be using the top formula. A times B, which would be 5 times A, plus A times C, which would be 5 times 2B. I'm going to simplify this further because we can. So 5 times A becomes 5A, take away the multiplication sign, and 5 times 2B, we multiply the 5 and the 2, which is 10, and then the B remains the same. So that part of the expression has been simplified down to this. The addition that's in the middle here is going to drop straight down. And then I'm going to do the same over this side, remembering now the formula is the second one because it's got a subtraction. So A times B is going to be A times 4 minus A times C, which is A times 2A. You'll notice in this one, our variable and our coefficient actually have been switched. Over this side, it was the number first and the variable. This one has the variable, then the number. We always write the number first, coefficient first. So I'm going to switch that back around. A times 4 is the same as writing 4A. If you need the step, you might take out the multiplication and write A4 and then switch it over after that. As long as you make sure that the coefficient comes first. Then we're going to put the negative sign. Same things occurred here. We had a number on this side, and in this case, we've got the variable in front. It doesn't matter how we write it when we're multiplying. You can flip them around, you get the same answer. But for some people, it might be a little bit confusing. So I'm going to, because this is a variable, I'm going to put it at the end. It's going to become 2A times A, which we did just before. So you should remember this. 2A times A. There's no other coefficient to multiply, so we're just going to multiply the A and the A, so it becomes 2A squared. We then have this expression along here, 5A plus 10B plus 4A minus 2A squared. We can simplify this because there are 2 like terms within here. We've got 5A and 4A that are the same, so I'm going to move them together. 5A plus 4A plus 10B minus 2A squared. When we've got quite a number of terms, we've got 4 here, sometimes it's easy to miss one. So I like to just double check and cross them off. I've got 4A, 10B, and making sure that's the minus that we've got over that side, and the 2A squared. So I'm going to go along, yep, all the terms have been accounted for. I then notice that these ones are the same, so I'm going to do 9A plus 10B minus 2A squared. There are no other like terms. This one has a variable of A and this one has a variable of A, but this one's actually A squared, so they're not like those ones. So these brackets here have been expanded into our expression along here, and then we've simplified it down to this being our final answer. It is important to note that sometimes when we have a look at brackets, it doesn't necessarily only have to be 2 terms inside the bracket. We could have 2A plus 3 plus C, and we could still do the same process. Our formula over here would look like this, A, B plus C plus D, meaning AB plus AC plus AD, and that could continue on for as large as the bracket is. We do exactly the same process when we use the arrows, 2 times A, 2 times 3, 2 times C. 2 times A is 2A, 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times C is 2C. Simple as that. Wishing you lots of luck with this next component of algebra.